परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Okay, let's start with our chapter 2. Everybody has chapter 2 open. Okay, let's do chapter 2, slok number 55 to 72. Everybody has that open? Yes?
Yep.
Okay, can we start? Shri Bhagavan प्रजाहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान्
आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः स्थितप्रज्ञस्ततोच्यते दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः वितरागभयक्रोधः स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते यः सर्वत्र तत्तत्प्राप्य शुभाशुभं न विनन्दति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता यदा संहृते चायं कूर्मो ज्ञानीव सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनः रसवर्जं रसोऽप्यस्य परं दृष्ट्वा निवर्तते यततो ह्यपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः इन्द्रियाणि प्रमाथीनि हरन्ति प्रसवं मनः तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत् मत्परः वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषुपजायते सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामः कामात् क्रोधो विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिर्भ्रमः स्मृतिर्भ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति रागद्वेषौ विमुक्तेषु विषयानिन्द्रियैश्चरन् आत्मवैश्यविधेयात्मा प्रसादमधिगच्छति प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्यासु बुद्धिपर्यवतिष्ठते नास्ति बुद्धिर्युक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न च भावयतः शान्तिरशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम् इन्द्रियाणां हि चरतां यन्मनोनुविधीयते तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुर्नावमिवाम्भसि तस्माद् यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागृति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुने आपूर्यमानं अचलं प्रतिष्ठं सा मुद्रमाप प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् Tadvat kamaya pravishanti sarve shashanti mamnoti kamakami vihaya kamanya sarva bhuvam charti nisraha nirmamolya hankara shashanti madhigachati esha brahmisita partha nenam prapya vimuhyati Sthitmasmayamantakaalepi Brahma Nirvana Muchyate.
Very good. You see my glasses up here? Where did I put it? It was right here. Anyway, okay. Let's go to our meditation part. Are they there? Okay. Okay, guys, come on, let's go. Oh. Which shloka are you talking about? Vita Raga.
It's Vita, not Vita.
Vita. Okay. Can we sit properly? No back support, please. Can we not have a back support? Please, come on. No back support, guys, whoever is online. So let's keep our back straight. Scoot up and crisscross, please, properly. Sean, please, can you do it properly, please? And no back support. Okay. Put your feet down. Why is it like that?
Cause I'm not flexible.
Yes, you are crisscross.
You are not good. Okay, let's put it together. Okay, first we're going to do the breathing. So breathing is to bring the concentration, right? So we're going to do the breathing exercise. We're going to do 10 breathing from 10 times breathing in and breathing out. We're going in with the right nostril and taking it out with the left nostril. And then doing the reverse direction. So we'll do 10 times of that to just calm us down, right? We are coming from so much work and so a lot of things around us. So we are just bringing the concentration. And at this time, make sure you are concentrating on breathing only. Don't let your mind go anywhere else. You have to concentrate on breathing in and breathing out. And which nostril are you breathing in? So all entire concentration is inhaling and exhaling, how you are doing, okay? So that's what we're going to do, and then straight from there, we're not going to open our eyes, we directly go in meditation, and then we will do the meditation, okay, as always. So let's start with the breathing. Start meditating. Just bringing our focus to the picture, the form of our deity, our Ishtadeva. Bring in front of your eyes that you are looking at it. Nothing else. It's just you and him in front of you. So by doing that, you're picking up the most beautiful flower of your garden. And garden is representation of your mind. So the thought that you are having right now in the mind is the rose, the most beautiful flower of your garden, and you are placing your God, your Ishtadeva, on that flower, and then placing that Devta in your heart, the heart cage. Bring all your focus to your heart cage where you have placed your Ishtadeva inside you. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Okay. Open your eyes slowly and then sit straight. Okay. So, you know that the focus thing is really hard, right? To focus on something, it's really hard. And I mentioned a couple times before too. There's a book named Flow, Flow. Have you ever read that one? Jay, anybody talk about that? I think I did talk about it last time. Flow, and the writer's name is very difficult. I cannot even pronounce it. So in that, I think it talks about the focus, like, you know, how to focus, how to concentrate. But first thing he talk about that why focus is so important for our life. It's not because of just that, oh, because when we focus it, everything goes better. When people focus it, that's the time that they have the most happiest, intense experience, right? So you guys have played music and you guys play, you do dance, you do you play games, you play instruments, right? When you know how to play the instrument, or when you know how to dance, you know that your capability is there, your skill level is there. And when you dance, do you see, when you're playing a game, or when you are playing an instrument, or you're dancing, or you are doing this tennis serve, do you guys merge into that experience at one point of the time, that you don't know anything what's going around in the world? Like in the music, when you are playing that guitar, at one point when you know the song, it's not when you are practicing it for the first time. I'm not talking about that experience. When you already know it, you get to the point, like you see a lot of people who are playing guitar on the stage, or who are playing some game, at one point of the time they forget everything and only think that they know that there is a song playing on their guitar. And that extreme feeling, that flow he's talking about, if that flow is there, if that focus is there, then you get the most happiness. So happiness doesn't depend on how rich you are, or how much money you are making, or how many houses you have. That experience, the flow that you have, more flow you have it, more happier you are. And to get that flow, you have to be focused, right? So if you look at it, he gave in that chapter, actually he gave a graph. Think about it. If the task that you are doing is very challenging, right? It's very challenging. What feelings do you get if it is very challenging? How do you feel? Nervous, anxiety, right? Oh, whether I will able to do it or not. So if the task is very challenging, what happens is you have a lot of anxiety. Now he put another place is skill, your capabilities, right? If the skill is not there, what do you feel? Now let's say if your skill is, you have all the capability to do it, right? And there is no challenge in that. How do you feel? Like let's say if you are going to play an opponent that is very bad and doesn't know how, and in the tennis he never picked up the racket, and you are pro tennis player. If you are playing with that player, how do you feel? Easy going, bored? Yeah. Right? You get bored because you are so good player, so you start getting bored. So if your skill level is right, you feel bored. If there is skill level, your capability is high. So what he says, that the skill and challenging has to be balanced to get to that flow, right? So you have to have an exact level of challenge, because if it is too much challenging, anxiety comes, right? If it is too easy, then boredom comes, right? So what you have to do is, the flow comes when the challenges is enough and skill level, your capability is also there. Let's say if your capability is really good and improving very well, but the challenges is not there, then you start feeling bored. You need to increase the challenge, right? If the challenge is a lot and your skill level is not, you practice on your skill level, right? That's how you get to that flow experience of that optimum experience, the optimum intense experience will you get it when this both are balanced. You got that? Right? So when we talk about in meditation, when we talk about focus, we have to have this, like, if you got to the skill level where your capability is to you close the eyes and leave the backbone straight, and you're sitting in this posture very easily, you got the skill level, right? Now when you get to the focus level, when you are focusing on your Ishta Devata and thinking about it and putting the Ishta Devata in your heart and thinking about it, right? So if you don't reach to that level, what do? You keep practicing it, right? That's challenging thing, right? So you bring the balance, so you go slowly. You don't have to rush, otherwise anxiety will come. I will say, oh, I started doing meditation yesterday and I'm not be able to focus it today. It will not happen, right? We have to bring our skill level also up and our challenges also go up. to get to that focus level. So we have to remember that thing. So our capability is very important for us to get to the to that thing. So it has been known, like, a person has focus level. It is calculated, and in this book itself it says it's 120 bytes per second. That's what our thing is. So in 1 second you can focus 120 bytes, right? So now if somebody talks to you, it's 60 bytes per second if you're listening to them. So if you're listening to me right now with full attention, 100% attention, you are spending your 60 bytes per second on me, focusing on me, right? Now 2 people talking to you together, what's going to happen? You can still focus a little bit because you still have 60 bytes remaining to focus on, right? But if 3 people are talking to you, can you focus? Krishu, I want you to sit properly, beta. No, I want you guys to be but seriously, I'm telling you guys, sit properly, because I don't like you not paying attention. I feel like you guys are. Okay. So when it is 60 bytes per second, so then what happens is, if 3 people are talking, can you understand? No, because what happens is, it's more than your capability. This is your capability. It's more than your capability, right? Now you think about that if you want to focus 100% on one task, you have to focus most of these bytes on that one task, right? Then only you will get focus, and then only you get to that flow level. If you want that extreme experience, you have to focus on that one exact thing, right? But then you cannot dilute this thing with any other thing. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I wanted to just give you an information. So now what happens is, when we are not focusing, that's why it says that you should be focusing on not 2 different things. When you are doing one task, you focus 100% on that task, right? So 120 bytes has to go to that one task. If you are playing guitar, or if you are doing a dance, if you are playing tennis, at that time, remember, you need to put all 120% byte in that moment, in that time when you are playing, not like thinking about it. So one time it comes when the person forget about everything, and that's what the 100% focus will be, right? So when you are merged into that experience, you don't remember that yesterday something bad happened to me. That will not even come in your mind, right? You played a really bad game yesterday. You will forget about it if that flow comes right now, right? So more you live in the flow, more happier you are. And to get to the flow, what do you need? You need to keep balancing skill and challenges. You got it? Did you understand that part? Right? So you have to bring your challenge level high if your skill got better. If your skill is low, then practice on the skill, right? These 2 will bring the flow experience, and the flow experience is the one that gives a person happiness, everlasting happiness. More you live in that experience, more happiness you get, so more focus. So in meditation also, why I bring this topic here is just because we are focusing in meditation. So you need to know the concept of how to bring that focus part to us, right? So that's what so last time, this writer who wrote this book, he said that he read every single literature available for the focus in the entire world. He read it, and he says the most effective book that he read was Patanjali from Indian meditation that to focus on. So he actually wrote about that was the most impactful book for him. That is what we are studying right now, meditation by Krishna Bhagavan. Patanjali is a different concept, but still it's the core values are same in that both, right? So that's what I wanted you guys to understand this thing. Okay, so let's talk about we left where Arjun asked the question that the mind is restless, the mind is have turbulence in it, the mind is not constantly, like it keeps running all the time, right? How can I do the meditation? How can I get to the level where I can see Brahman in everybody, and I can be at that stage all the time? And Krishna Bhagavan, what was the answer for Krishna Bhagavan? We already covered most of the answer last time. Do you guys remember what Krishna Bhagavan said? How can I control this restless mind? Arjun asked that question, right? Anybody from online can answer from last class? What was the technique, or what was the thing that Krishna Bhagavan answered? Anybody, guys? Do you guys remember that Arjun asked that question? So what was the answer from Krishna Bhagavan? You already answered it. I think we already covered that slok. What was it? The 35th?
Yeah.
Right? 35th slok. Right. So
He said detachment.
Detachment and
Suitable.
practice, right? Yeah, continuous practice and detachment. So we talk about practicing, right? So practicing, again, this graph again come in place. Practicing is again making the skill, and practice is continuously doing the same thing, repetition of the same thing, right? As I say that, I got into a university and I will tell that give me the degree tomorrow. They will not, right? Because you have to practice, you have to go through the learning process. Then after 4 years, they're going to give you a degree, right? The same way we're going to keep doing meditation. We will not say, why is not I'm getting that experience or that focus, because we have to practice it, right? So everything needs to be practiced. When you go play tennis, the first day you don't know how to serve either, right? And then what happens is you keep practicing, and then you start getting the service right? Dance goes the same way. Like anything that you do, it needs practice, right? So we definitely systemic practice we have to do, right? Like Krishna Bhagavan said it. We talk about that elephant, right? So elephant and the elephant rider, who is Mahut. Mahut is like goes to the class and learn everything, how to direct the elephant and everything. He does all the theoretical classes that he should do this and that, and he sits on the elephant and utilizes classes. But if elephant doesn't want to do it, what happens? The elephant will go anywhere and everywhere, right? Wherever he will see banana, he will go there, right? So what is more important? Mahat comes in importance, but what is more important when you have to ride an elephant and go? You have to train the elephant too, right? You cannot just be trained by yourself, and so that's why you have to train your mind. Mind is like elephant who is taking you everywhere, right? So you cannot say that my intellect, I read it, I got it, I will do it, and that's it. It doesn't work that way. Your mind has to be in merged with the mind and with the intellect to do that thing. So the mind has to be trained too. So when we are talking about this meditation and focusing, we have to train our mind. We have to make our mind practice. So when Krishna Bhagavan is talking about practice, he is talking about practicing of this focus thing, right? We have to practice that thing. Now he said the second thing. Second thing was what? Practice and dispassion, right? Detachment, right? Or vairagya. So abhyas means practice. Abhyas is the practicing. And then the second is vairagya. Vairagya means dispassion, or we talk about that thing, the renunciation, right? Now here Krishna Bhagavan is not mentioning renunciation as leave everything and go in Himalaya. That's not the renunciation means, right? What it means is the inside we renunciates the world, right? That's what he is talking about. That we are leaving that all the outside world when we are doing meditation, and we are actually sitting down with just one thought, focusing on one thing, right? Now one time what happened is there were 3 people who were, after a big party, they were so drunk and they were walking on the river bank, right? They saw a boat, and what happened is they went and sit in the boat, right? And they say, okay, let's go. I will take you guys far away. One friend said, oh, let's have a good boat ride, and we will go very far away from here. The second and third friend said, okay, let's go sit in the boat and go. So they saw the boat, they sat on the boat, and they start rowing the boat. So first guy rowed for at least 2-3 hours. And then the second guy says, you might be tired now, let me row the boat. So he said, okay, you row and I will go to sleep. So second one rowed for 2-3 hours. Then the third guy said, now you would be tired, let me row the boat. And they said, okay. Then in the meantime, the sun came out. And the sun came out, it was the daytime, and they were right at the place where they were in the night. They didn't even move an inch. Why? Because they forgot to unhook the anchor from the shore, right? They didn't unhook the boat. So boat didn't go anywhere. Though they felt like that because they were rowing, because the river had the waves, the whole night they were thinking that they are going somewhere. But they didn't go because they didn't untie the boat, right? This is what happens to us all the time. We keep saying, okay, we're going to be meditating, we're going to be doing this worship, but we don't untie ourselves from the world. We keep in the world ourselves. So the vairagya doesn't come to us, the dispassion doesn't come to us, because we are always thinking about world 24/7. So even at the time of meditation, the world is inside us. Though we close our eyes, but the world is still inside us, right? We don't unhook ourselves from the world. So while doing meditation, we have to, Krishna Bhagavan is especially saying this, that at that time, unhook yourself from the world. Do vairagya, do renunciation, leave the world aside. For that 15, 20, 30 minutes, how much you can do it without thinking about world. That's why we are bringing all our focus to either consciousness or either our Ishtadevata. Right? You got it? So he gave you an answer, or Arjun, an answer saying that you can, this restless mind, this distracting mind, this bringing turbulence mind, consistently running mind, you can control it by doing what? By practicing it. There is no other thing. By practicing it, and then by detachment, by vairagya, by renunciation of the worldly thing, right? So that's what he's saying. Now let's talk about next shlok. So let's go to shlok number 36. Okay, anybody wants to read that? Shlok 36. Any volunteer there, out there? Okay. Anybody there? Reha, you want to go for 36?
Sure.
Okay.
Asanyatmatmayogo.
Asanyatmana
dush.
Yatmana yogo. Start from dush.
Dushprapa iti me mati.
Good. Dushprapa iti me mati.
Vashyatmana yata.
Vashyatmana tu yatata.
Shakyo vaptum upayata.
Shakyo vaptyunuvayata. Very good. Asanshyatmana Tatma yogo dushprabha iti me mati. Vashyatmana tu yatata
shakyo bhaktumupayata.
Half of the words I cannot even see it. Okay, let's see the meaning of all the words. Okay, can we write the meaning of all the words? Come on. Asangratatmana means by one who not under control, the thing that is not under control. Yoga means yoga. Dushprapa means hard to attain, right? Iti means this. Me means my. Gati means mati, not gati. Mati means opinion, your opinion. Dashyatmana means by one who is self-controlled. Tu means but. Yatata means by striving. Shakya means can. Avapyutam means to attain, and upayat means by mean. So it's very simple what he is saying. Krishna Bhagavan is saying, for one whose mind is not controlled, so the person who has no mind control, I consider yoga is hard to attain, right? So the main thing to yoga, to meditation, to do it, is the person's mind has to be in control, right? That we have already understood that when Krishna Bhagavan was saying that. Then he says, but it is attainable. It's not that it is not attainable. It is attainable. So he's saying that I know it's hard, I know it's difficult, it's unattainable, but what it is that it can be attainable. So there are people who can attain it by one whose mind is under control. So the person whose mind is under control, they can attain the meditation, they can attain the yoga, right? And who strives through the prescribed means. So whatever I am saying, if somebody goes through those prescribed means given to them, then what happens? The mind can be controlled, and if mind is controlled, then meditation can be done. So the prescribed thing is what? What did he prescribe us to help control our mind? Alia, what did I say? What did Krishna Bhagavan prescribe us to control our mind?
He said to. What was your question?
Yeah, what did Krishna Bhagavan say to us? How to control the mind, right? The mind is restless, has too much turbulence going on. So what did he say? How can we control it?
Who strives by appropriate means, or
yeah, but what was the two techniques that I explained just before the shloka? There were two techniques that Krishna Bhagavan said that will help you control the mind. Anybody else want to fill in? What was those two? Risha, you know, beta?
No.
Okay. Who else is there? I cannot even read the name, otherwise I would have. Reha, you want to say it?
No.
I just went over it, guys. Are you paying attention? So what was it? It's just practice and vairagya and this passion, right? Those two things. So we talk about is abhyas and vairagya. So it is practice and this passion. Those are the two techniques that Krishna Bhagavan said just a slok before, saying to control the mind, right? So they are talking about, so Krishna Bhagavan is saying the person who controls the mind by doing practice, repetition, and dispassion or vairagya. So keeping the world out of your mind. If you do those two things and control your mind, meditation is easy to achieve. But if you don't do that, then what happens? It's very hard. It's not achievable for those people. So if your mind is not under control, you cannot achieve the meditation. If your mind is in control by doing practice and vairagya, dispassion, renunciation, you can say any word about vairagya, that's the time when Krishna Bhagavan is saying you can achieve it, right? So now Arjun asked another question. So Krishna Bhagavan gave the answer to those ones. Now Arjun has a different question, and every one of us have this question, right? Whatever Arjun asks, I always think that these are my questions. So I always feel that way. And he asks. So let's see what he asks, and you will be interested in this question for sure. You all. Sometimes we feel shy asking these questions. So Arjun is not feeling shy and asking it for us. So this is really important for us to hear what he is saying. Okay. Who's going to read 37? Krish, you want to go? Read. Come on.
Arjunuvacha
Arjunuvacha
Ayati Shraddhayopeto
Ayati Shraddhayopeto
Yoga Chalittamanasha
Yoga Chalittamanasa
Aprapya Yoga Samsiddhim
Aprapya Yoga Samsiddhim
Kamgatim Krishna Gacchati
Kamgatim Krishna Gacchati. All together. Arjunuvacha Ayati Shraddhayopeto Yoga Chalittamanasa Aprapya Yoga Samsiddhim Kamam Krishna Gacchati. Okay, so now Arjun says, oh, first let me, actually did I say that? Yeah, okay. So Arjunuvacha means Arjun is saying, what is he saying? Ayati means uncontrolled, right? Uncontrolled. Shraddhayopeto. So Shraddha means by faith. Upeto means possessed. So who has Shraddha. Then Yogata means from yoga. Chalita Manasa, one whose mind wanders away, right? Chalita means it's going. Chanchal, Chalita, all these things are walking away, right? So Chalita Manasa, one whose mind wanders away. Then Apraya means not having attained. Yoga Samsiddhim means perfection in yoga. Kam means which. Gatim and O Krishna, Gacchati means goes. So if you put all the words together, what is Arjun saying here? He who is endowed with faith, strive not, and whose mind wandered from yoga, fails to attain the perfection of yoga, what goal, O Krishna, does this person attain? Right? So he's saying that I understand that people who do with 100% focus, who do 100% abhyas, who do vairagya, dispassion, renunciation, who do everything, they can attain it. But there are some people who still cannot attain it but do have faith in it. Like all of us, we are here because we have faith in this book and we have faith in the teaching of this book and we want to learn it. So we all have faith. So people like us who have faith but cannot achieve it, right? So we cannot achieve it but we have the faith in it, right? We have faith in God, we have faith in all these things that we are studying, but we cannot achieve it. What about those? So Arjun is asking the question that I want to ask, that you want to ask, that we are doing these classes, we are spending an hour coming to Gita class. What is it if I don't get the meditation right, if I don't get the prayers right? Is it what's going to happen to me? I do believe in this thing, but I cannot get it right, right? So it's a very simple question that he is asking here. So what he's saying that so what is the person doesn't get to, like, these studies are to reach you to enlightenment, right? But now if we cannot go, and at the point of death we don't have that, then what happens, right? So what is, sometimes all the time as a human being we ask, what is in it for me, right? So if I'm studying so hard, I know it is right, but still I don't get it, then what is there for me, right? So that's what he's asking. So he's saying that if my mind wanders around when I'm doing meditation, the person whose mind wanders around when they are doing meditation, when I'm not getting the focus that is needed to do this exact meditation, to see everybody, Brahman and everybody, if I don't reach to that point, what's going to happen for me, right? What is there for me in the destiny, right? So that's what he is asking. So now let's say he explained furthermore, he actually elaborated his question in the next slok, and then he asked like the following question on that one. Okay, can you take, Sean, you want to take the 38? Krish, please sit properly, Raja. You disturb me in the class, that's why I'm saying. Can you not do that? Krishu, Sean, you ready to take?
Can I finish?
Huh?
Last sentence. Writing the definition.
Okay, so you read it. Okay, we are doing shlok number, what is the number? 38. So second question of Arjun, like not second question, he's continuing the same question, so he's going to the next one. Okay, come on.
Kachinno bhaya vibrashta.
Kachinno bhaya viprashta. Chinna.
Prashtas chinna brahmeva nashyati.
Chinna brahmeva nashyati.
Apratishto mahabaho.
Apratishto mahabaho.
Vimudo brahmanapati.
Vimudo brahmanapati. All together. Kachinno bhayavi prashtas chinna brahmiva nashyati. Apratishto mahabaho vimudo brahmanapati. Okay. Kaschin is this, is it that, like, Kachin is that, not. Abhaya vibrashta means fallen from both. Chinnabhram means rent cloud. Iva means like. Nashyati means perished, perishes. Aprashti, tishta means supportless. Mahabaho means with the mighty arm. Vimuda, deluded. Of Brahman, Pathi, in path. So now what he is saying that, so this person who is fallen off of the meditation, means not having the concentration or not doing the proper way, like how Krishna Bhagavan is saying. So does he not, Almighty, one who falls both and without any support, perish with the perish like an unattached cloud, being deluded in path of Brahman, pursuing this highest goal of humanity, right? So what he is trying to ask here, the person who fall off of the meditation,
what is both referred to? Both
is referred to, one is the secular life and the spiritual life here. Well, how it is, that's a good question to ask. So what he's talking about here, both fallen off of both sides, right? So when I'm doing this spiritual way of thinking, right? Spiritual way is very different than material way of thinking, right? Materialistic way of thinking, like enjoyment of everything, and then doing this spiritual way. They become two little different ways of thinking. If we think at this point when we are seeker, but when we get all the knowledge, we will see that they both are the same, they are intermingled. But right now, as Arjun is asking that, if I keep doing this spiritual thing, right, all these worldly thing I put it aside and not indulge into it, then what is it? That I'm going to miss this also, and I'm missing this also. I'm not getting this either, right? So I'm missing both of the things. Like I'm missing the enjoyment of the world, and I'm missing the spiritual part of the world too. So what he is saying, that the person who is fallen from both sides, at least if I don't do spiritual thing, I can enjoy the worldly thing, right? What?
It's a rent cloud.
Rent cloud is the cloud that say like there is a rain cloud, and there is a smaller cloud that gets separated from the bigger cloud, and then this smaller cloud doesn't have a power to put the rain down. So what it happens is slowly it dissolves in the sky. So that is the meaning of rented cloud. Right? So what happened is this cloud get dissolved. So I don't want to be like a person who is like this dissolved cloud. It's like a tiny cloud that gets separated from this thing. So I am not in the spiritual cloud also, and I'm not in the worldly cloud also. Now I became a separate rented cloud which will dissolve in the sky. So this is what Arjun is asking. That are you, if I don't reach the enlightenment, then this whole spiritual path that I'm taking is of no use, right? And then because I'm taking the spiritual path, I'm giving up these material path. So then I'm of nowhere, because I'm not in the group of this place, and I'm either nor here nor there. Then what is going to happen to this person, right? He will be just hanging in the middle like a rented cloud and get dispersed, right? So that's what he's trying to say. So now what he's saying that so you can see that how by now you can understand that, right? And I'm really saying that you guys are lucky that you guys are having these whole conversation. Even if you are listening 5% of this class, you are having these kind of experiences, or having an experience of these kind of teaching right now, right? We got to have it in this age, which we don't know, like it's not too late, but it's still late. I feel like that you guys are having this knowledge right now. Always think yourself very lucky in this, because what it is, like sometimes we don't understand that. Okay, when we go and, like, let's say if we eat food, right, and in our spiritual way we say, okay, thank you God for giving us the food, right? So when we do this in front of all our friends, we feel like, oh, I don't want to do this because everybody will laugh at me, right? Or I will do certain things, people will point out to me I'm doing the spiritual thing which is different than 80% of my friends are doing. They will actually look at me like I'm weird, right? I want to be with them, I don't want to be here. So sometimes we don't do these things because we feel like we don't want to be separated from this part of the 80% of the world that is there, right? Only 20% of the world, which sometimes I will feel like we don't even get a person that is similar mind as us out there, right? So we get secluded, we feel like we are alone in this path. Many times we feel like we are alone in this path and going, and nobody is with us in this path, right? So it's very important, I'm telling you that with my experience, it's very important to find a person that can walk with you on this path, because this path is very beautiful path, but it takes time to get to that level where it becomes very beautiful, right? It doesn't come right away, as I was saying. It needs a lot of practice, a lot of things that we have to do it. But this path is very beautiful, it feels beautiful, but it's always temporary. Some things are beautiful for some time, then some things are not beautiful, and then it keeps going circle around, right? Good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, keep going on in this path. This path, it takes time to get beautiful, but it becomes beautiful, then it's always beautiful. There is nothing bad going to come out of it, right? So this is what Krishna, he is asking there, right? So I do understand the pain of Arjun that is coming out in this question. That, hey, what happened? I'm going to lose both sides. What I am going to do, right? So that's what he is saying. Let's go to the next slok where he is completing it, completing all his questions. So let's finish that one too. So can you read that one? 39.
Etanme Shamshayam Krishna
Etanme Shanshayam Krishna
Chetum Arhasya Sheshata
Sheshata Chetu Arhasya Sheshata
Twadanya Samshayasya
Tadanya Sanshayasya Cheta
Chetana Hya Upapadyate
Chetana Hyupapadyate. All together. Etanme Shanshayam Krishna Chetam Arhasya Sheshata Tadanya Sanshayasya Chetana Hyupapadyate. Okay, so meaning is, first, etat means this, me, again me is my, sanshayam means doubts, right, all the doubts. Krishna, you know Krishna. Then chetum means to dispel. Then arhasi means ought to be. Then asheshat means completely. Tattva, then you. Anya means another. Sanshayasya means of doubts. Then asya, of this. Cheta means despairing. Na means no. And then upapadyate means it fits. So if you put all the words together, what it is? Krishna. So what does he says? Krishna, only you are capable to remove this doubt of mine completely. For none other than you can dispel this doubt. So nobody else can answer this doubt of mine. You are the only one who can resolve this doubt. What is the doubt? What is the doubt of Arjun? What is his doubt he's talking about in this shlok?
What happens to
people
the who are like in both sides, but not fully in both?
Yeah.
Like
What happened to the
people?
people?
But are also unwavering, like wavering mind.
Which is have faith in it but have a wavering mind, cannot control the mind, right? So the problem of the people who cannot control the mind but have faith in this, what happens to them? That's the doubt, right? So that's what he is saying. Now he is coming to Krishna Bhagavan and saying, you are the only one who can resolve my problem, because he is not saying that you are God, that's why you can resolve it. You are a learned person. You are talking to me in learned way. You are teaching me. So you are the one who's going to resolve it. So please tell me what's going to happen to these people who are coming to Gita class, studying the Gita, but cannot meditate, cannot control the mind. Sometimes the desires go to the pleasure side and we go pick the pleasure rather than picking the good. So what's going to happen to these guys who have faith, who wants to do it? Again, faith is not only needed, you have to also try to do it, right? The people are trying to do it but cannot get it, right? So that's it. So we are trying to do it. So if we put ourselves in this bucket, then we have to make sure that we are also trying to do it. Not just, I have the faith, I go to Gita class, but I'm not trying anything. You will not fall into this category then, right? But people who are trying to do it, then we fall into this category of people that Krishna Bhagavan is give us the answer to it. And it's very beautiful answer. The remaining shlok of this chapter are really nice. You will enjoy every meaning of the shlok. So now Krishna will say what's going to happen to these people. So we have the answer to it. What's going to happen to us if we don't reach it? If we reach it, then awesome, right? We know that then everything will be beautiful. But if we don't reach to that point, what's going to happen, right? So that's what the answer is. How much time we have? Not much. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the Bhagwan's answer in next class then. But keep thinking about it, that where we are, what we are doing, and what is Arjun asking. Isn't he asking all our questions that we want to ask? Like if I'm going in there, then I would like to ask all these questions what he is asking. So it's good that we are getting answer, and that also we are getting from the God. So this is very good. Okay, let's close it. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamshachanuramadhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Para Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Krishna Arpanamastu. Okay guys, see you. Thank you for coming. Take care.